How's it going, everybody? It's Cosmos here, and I've been wanting to tell this story for a while, so I'm glad I could get on here and tell it. So yeah, let's just get into it. So this takes place around fall time, which is my favorite season, of course. You know, not too hot, not too cold. It's just a great time, and especially a great time to have parties because, you know, Halloween. So my buddy Tyler hits me up and he's like, yo man, you wanna go hit up a party? Our friend Jared is having a party. So I was like, you know, let's do it. I know Jared, me and him have been good friends since like the second grade. So I'm like, yeah, let's go do a party. And Jared is a big stoner, okay? He loves to smoke weed, he likes to eat edibles, he likes to do all those different sort of things. Me, not so much. I do it occasionally, but it's not a major thing I do every single day. So, you know, I was thinking about going there. Maybe I would do a little bit, but nothing too much because I like to keep my mind clear and I don't like to have big anxiety. So, me and Tyler head to the party. We show up around 8 o'clock at night, and it's very early for a party, but we came there just to set up a bit early. And Jared is there making the rest of the food and preparing it, putting it on like the tables that he had set up for the party and everything. So he already had like some small food, like I guess some pizza or whatever, but he was also setting up the brownies and the cookies and all those different sort of sweets, desserts, stuff like that. So I can't lie to you, didn't really eat that day and I was getting the munchies. I was very, very hungry. So I was like, I asked Jared, is there anything that I can eat over here or whatever? And he told me I could eat some of the brownies. And I was like, Jared, come on. I'm not stupid. I know these are weed brownies. And he was like, dude, come on, man. These are not even weed brownies. You're being over dramatic. I have weed brownies in a separate container. So at this time, I think he's lying, okay? I don't really believe him too much, but I'm very hungry, so I do it anyway, and I go and eat a brownie. It doesn't taste like weed, keep this in fact. It doesn't taste anything like weed. It doesn't even have a slight taste of it like they normally do. So I take a bite, and I'm like, oh, okay, so maybe he's telling the truth, because he did have another container which didn't have the weed brownies, and he had one that did have the weed brownies, so I was thinking, he has two containers, it's gotta be right. He's gotta be friendly to everybody. So I start eating the brownie, and then I eat another brownie. And then I end up eating 6 of those brownies. Now, by the 6th brownie, I'm already starting to feel a bit queasy. I'm not sure if that's just because it's a brownie and I'm eating too much sweets, or if I just ate a weed brownie. So I'm freaking out, okay? I'm like, okay, Jared wouldn't lie to me. He wouldn't say that there's not weed in the brownies. He's not trying to kill me. He's not trying to make me overdose. So after the 6th brownie, I end up just going to the bathroom, sitting there for a while because my body's trying to digest it, I guess, and I'm just trying to feel it out, you know, make sure I'm not gonna die or whatever. But then I start seeing stuff, and now I've smoked weed before, and I know what it does, and normally I don't see stuff like this, okay? This is not what weed does to you. You do not see stuff with weed. So yeah, I start hallucinating, seeing different little things, and not like, I'm not hallucinating seeing a dead grandma walking her cat across the street. I'm seeing like patterns everywhere. Like the bathroom, the toilet is like changing different shapes and patterns and kind of flipping upside down, stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. So I call Jared in. He comes into the bathroom. He comes knocking, asking if everything's okay. And then I tell him, I'm like, Jared, what did you have in these brownies? Like, be honest with me. And he's like, man, okay, let me be honest with you. There's no weed in the brownies, but I did put a little LSD in them. I was like, Jared, what? You put what in these brownies? And he was like, yeah, man, just a little LSD. I mean, it can't hurt anybody. And I'm like, Jared, do you know you're not supposed to do that without telling somebody?
I thought these were regular brownies, Jared. No. No, you said they were just weed brownies. You asked if they were just weed brownies. And I was like, Jared, if I'm asking if they're weed brownies, don't you think I would want to know if they have LSD in them too? He was like, man, you're being overdramatic. Like, nothing bad's even happening. Eating 2 brownies ain't gonna hurt you. And I was like, Jared, I didn't just eat 2 brownies. I ate 6. He's like, man, why'd you eat so much? I thought you were just gonna eat 1. I didn't know. And then I told him, I was like, why? Why on earth would you think if they're regular brownies? And I said I was starving, why would I only eat 2 of these brownies? In either way, okay guys, if you have brownies that have LSD in them, I'd suggest you tell them to somebody before having them eat 6 of them. Because at this point, I was going bonkers in my head. I didn't know what was going on, and my head was pounding, and I was seeing shapes, and his voice was getting distorted, and I ended up just passing out. I don't know. I guess I blacked out. They said I woke up around 30 seconds later, but I was on the ground. People were over me, asking if I was okay. And basically, he brought me to the couch. He gave me some water. He was telling me, sorry, man. I didn't really mean to. I didn't know you were going to take that much. And I was kind of pissed at him still. I'm not going to lie to you. I was still pissed at Jared for doing this to me. But at least Tyler was there with me. He ended up eating only 2, but he said he still felt it a lot. So that can tell you guys how much eating 6 of these brownies would have got me feeling. But yeah, Jared apologizes to me. He says, I won't let that happen again, but still. This was before the party even started, so there was already something pretty bad going on before the party even got to the climax, the party part of it, you know? But yeah, I ended up going home. I didn't go to the hospital just because it started to wear down like an hour later, but I still didn't feel the best, so I ended up going home. Tyler took me home, dropped me off, and we ended up just sitting there alone. My body was still kind of feeling it, still a bit distorted in the voices, but nothing like I couldn't handle, but still very scary. I would have gone to the hospital if they didn't really tell me. I didn't really know I blacked out at first, so that's part of the reason I didn't want to go. But yeah, so I took 6 brownies of LSD that they had in it. Now, I don't even know. He ground it up and put it in there because weed brownies are something that I would expect, and I wouldn't even be as mad about if they were just weed brownies. But the fact that they had psychedelic drugs in them made me think Jared is not the best friend, and I don't really want to hang out with him that much anymore because it's pretty self-explanatory. Why would I want to hang out with somebody who gave me drug brownies that I didn't even know you could make? I feel like Jared is the only one in my city that knows how to make those, because I don't know if you guys have heard about them, but I've never personally heard about any psychedelic brownies or anything like that. It would make sense maybe with shrooms, but he said he put LSD in it, which doesn't really make sense to me. I don't know if he was lying to me, but yeah. So yeah, I think that's the end of the story time today. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be posting again very soon, so yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
God, your father, man.